All right, Davis Auto Sales here in Richmond, Virginia. We are lucky enough to wake up again this morning with it being in the teens, and I think it's a wonderful, sunny 20 degrees currently. Christian was taking his sweet time getting in the truck because he wanted to make sure it warmed up really good. He didn't want his little toesy woesies to be cold this morning. So luckily he gets to be in the office with a little heater by his desk a lot. We're out here bundled up pretty good. But running over to our big rig diesel shop, and also this area doubles as a drop-off spot for a lot of our big equipment and other things that come in for some reconditioning and things such as that, which we will be able to do a little bit more of in-house once we get some of these new buildings up and going as they should be. While we're riding over here, we're driving one of the bucket trucks that I just brought you a little quick clip about earlier. This is a 2008, it's got 80,000 miles, and it just came out of service, new inspection, new service, and checked out very well. We run all these trucks through a secondary service, even though they come in very much ready to go. They're all corporate or large company owned prior, so their maintenance and update schedule is always on time. Because of the fact they need to go. They're working every day. They're paying their employees a lot of money to work, so they don't need their trucks to be down. When we get them in, the tires are in great shape. The mechanical maintenance is good. Again, we do reservice them, we do re-inspect them, just so that we make sure everything is 100%, because there could be an ugly duckling in the batch every now and then. But as driving this one, this is actually the one that I've had for the last couple weeks, utilizing it since we've had this cold snap. And unfortunately, Virginia is not used to this cold snap. It's not used to the weather. It's a two-wheel drive. I've driven it in the snow. I've driven it in the ice. And I've actually just been using it as a great utility truck. Now, we do rent these as well as sell them. Sales is the main thing, but with the popularity, we put them into rental. We like long-term rental. The minimum is a week. Most of the time, we want them out for a month. But I'll give you a couple examples. I threw a tool bag in here. I threw a little charger in here. Of course, when I went to grab my batteries, my DeWalt batteries, most of them were dead, the ones I could actually find. So when I started using it, I had to cut a couple tree limbs that were hanging over a roof. I went up in the bucket. I took my DeWalt chainsaw, which works great. Milwaukee chainsaw, which works really good. And about the second or third limb cut out of 5 I needed to cut, the battery was dead. Thankfully, I had other things to do, so I plugged it in, fired the generator up. Of course, the generator was already running when I was using the bucket, so I left it running, plugged up my charger, charged my battery, went around, did a couple other little things. Also, needed to carry a long piece of pipe. It went on the rack back there just fine, and was able to carry that for a bad water line that needed to be fixed. Need a ladder, so I put the ladder on there, which I never ended up using because I needed to change a light bulb in a shop. So I literally went up in the bucket in the shop, changed the light bulb, versus having to get a ladder out, not having anybody to hold the ladder. Sometimes I'm a one-man show doing some of this stuff. The next day, I happened to still be driving it. I said, one of the tenants, they ran out of oil, so I had to go by and bleed the oil furnace. All I really needed was a wrench to bleed it, but unfortunately, because they ran it slam out of oil completely, not only did I have to bleed it, but I had to also jump start the system. So I needed a couple screwdrivers and a few other things to take the access door off. Well, in doing that, I would have had no tools with me, but thankfully in the toolbox, in the storage area, I had some screwdrivers. So that worked out good. Also went up on a roof that had a leak around a pipe. Of course, snow, different than rain, as it snow doesn't dry. Snow melts. So as the snow melts, you find leaks that you didn't know you had, and a lot of them. So I had 2 metal buildings of ours that had some leaks around the collar. One would have been really funny because I just about slipped and fell off. So I should have been wearing a camera on my head because that would have been real interesting, but I didn't. Caught myself. But of course, all the melted snow has turned to ice now because we haven't been above freezing, I don't think, at all for the last couple of days. So I'm sure there's going to be some more use for this truck before it's all over with. But was able to get up on the roof, had everything I needed. Boom, knocked that out. One of them, the collar had just shifted, was able to put that back. So pretty easy work. But if you're a maintenance guy or a guy that has rental property such as we do, or is a handyman in general, this thing is basically a utility truck with the bonus of having the boom. Driving it as an everyday driver is no problem. Heat works, AC works, comfortable in the cab, nice seats, can put your files and stuff in here. I had this full of batteries and saws and other crap, but very handy. But also in the back, you can simply just lock it up and walk away. We're pulling up to the service shop here, and as you can see, there is a gauntlet of, as you can see, yeah, there you go. They can't see if you're looking at me. Is this like, what's that Dr. Seuss book? Sam, I am. Ham, Sam. Bucket trucks, box trucks, utility trucks, you name it. Getting ready some crane trucks. Matter of fact, there's a bucket truck right there. Crane truck, that one will be ready shortly. We have one of those on the site now, right? So this is its twin brother, so that'll be ready very soon. I think that box truck there, that's just getting a windshield and a service. Another All-Tech. We'll probably back into something. We got a good backup alarm. Another All-Tech right there. Bucket truck. Getting ready. That's one of the bigger ones. So that one will be ready to go. Outriggers. Just got serviced, just got inspected. So we'll operate that one, and that one should be ready to roll. And that's about it, Christian. Oh, another 4x4. We did sell this one's twin brother, and this one here is waiting on some parts. But that is a DT 466 four-wheel drive, big All-Tech boom. What was the foot on that last one? You remember?
65?
Yeah, 65 or 70 foot. Of course, Mike's the expert on those. That one is, yeah, that's the big boy. That's the longer box, the bigger boom, and 4x4. So if you do need one of those, some of the last one went to a tree service guy, and he was real happy with it. So that one is identical, and also good mileage, also corporately owned. Is that our forklift that's for sale? Mm-hmm. All right, so there's the forklift that is actually for sale. Still currently being used, but the new one is inside. And that old girl has been booted outside. I don't know why they're using that one versus the empty, open one. It's a little cold for that today. But that is on the website also. So, a ton of good stuff. We don't get up here very often. Usually it's Christian or AJ or somebody swapping out or picking up or doing whatever. But parking lot full of stuff. Let's see if we got anything else over here on the hill. Looks like we got a couple things over here ready. Oh, there's our Fuso wrecker. That's getting a service and fuel filter change. Yep, utility truck up there and utility truck right there. Both of those will be getting on the web hopefully today. That sun is bright. And one shuttle bus over here too, and our shifter truck. This shuttle bus, I believe, is off the web. Christian, check on that when we get back. I think that one is not currently on the web, but that one does need to be marked to go. And there's another Freightliner. That's our last Freightliner, actually. All the others have left. The last one, the guy flew in, I think, Monday or Tuesday and took his home. And I think that's our last one left. So that's those things, if you haven't watched the video, go back. There's a specific video on those showing the ins and outs, the boxes, the onboard inverter, and a lot of other stuff. You notice Christian didn't want to get out. He tapped me and said, can we stay in the truck? It's a lot easier than walking around. So we'll save our 5 acres of walking for another day when it's a little warmer. He'll hate that when it's 100 degrees and we're walking and then he's sweating. We'll turn the camera around, let you guys see the bearded man. All right, I think that's it for this stop. We'll figure out what we're picking up and get back to the office. Thanks, guys. Riding along with us today. If you have any needs on these bucket trucks, let us know.